We are building the LEGO 18+ Crocodile Locomotive Set today, 10277. This set is made up with 1,271 pieces and 2 minifigures. It'll take roughly 3 hours to complete this set. So the first section of the build, we will be making the train tracks as well as the main carriage of our train. Let's build. So the train tracks and the main carriage of our train is now completed. The building of the tracks is a little bit repetitive, as you can imagine, but the train is heaps of fun and very well structured. I'm not so sure what's wrong with this instructions book though. The pages are super crisp and it's just kind of falling out as I am going through them, so that's quite unusual. I'm not so sure using black as the background color of instructions book because as you can see the brick colors are really dark in this set. That makes it relatively harder to see. We can get by, but I think it's an interesting choice of background color. Let's have a look at the details of what we built so far. This is the progress of what we built so far. I am loving the look of it so far. It's super retro and it looks so good. So firstly, let's have a look at the train tracks. It's a very unique train track. Clearly, the set didn't just use the standard train track pieces. I think the idea of this set is more to be kept as a display item. So the train tracks that came in the set is kind of functioning as the base plate for the train. We've used a lot of dark brown tiles and bricks on the train track, which goes very well with the look of our vintage train. The only issue is because of the border around the track, it's actually a lot wider than I expected. And that means we might have to rethink the idea of adding the train set to my Lego town. I think it'll cover too much of the road base plate, and it'll be a shame to not use such a nice looking train track base for the set. The only sticker in the set is used on the signage at the front of our tracks for the Crocodile Locomotive. It looks a lot like those information boards you can see at a lot of the tourist attractions. Now let's have a look at our train. This is the middle part of our train. There are quite a few printed bricks involved, including the patterns on the body of the train and below the train. That's symmetrical on both sides of the train, and the fans on the top are also printed bricks. We've got the meters on the dashboard on both sides of the train body that are also printed bricks. The little windows used a dark tinted transparent brick. I think that's a very good choice. I think the tinted windows goes very well with the look of the train. We've put red rubber bands around all our wheels. I'm not sure if they're actually functioning. I think they are just to add some contrasting colors to the wheels. We've got operating seats on both ends of our carriage, and there are actually a lot of technique parts inside the body which you can't see so much. I think they'll become quite functional if we end up installing power-up motor pieces to the train. Very stable structure, no loose or fragile pieces at all so far. The next section will be finishing off the main body of our train. After that, our full Crocodile Locomotive set will be completed. Let's build. Our Crocodile Locomotive Set is now all completed. The last two carriages are identical, so it's a little bit of a repetitive building process. Overall, I think it looks amazing. I really like this vintage look. Let's have a look at the details together. This is our completed Crocodile Locomotive Set. We have two minifigures in this set. They're both wearing the same blue uniform. The last section we have finished building the middle carriage mainly by adding on the roof and the cables on top of the train. The two carriages at the end are actually identical, so that's a repeated process. When you move the train, you can see the rotation and the movement of the bars on the wheels. I'll detach one of the carriages so we can look at it a little bit easier. We've also closed off both ends of the middle carriage. Everything is sealed. There are no windows or doors that you can open in this set. Both ends also use the dark tinted windows. Here is a closer look of the two carriages at both ends of the train. We've used the bigger wheels in the middle and small wheels at the front. This part at the front is flexible and allows some movement. There is a magnetic connector on both ends of the train. It's not super functional in this set as we're not using them to connect the carriages. As mentioned previously, the train tracks here are functioning more as a display base plate. We have two bricks in the middle that will secure the train. I've put the locomotive on the train tracks now, and now it looks like a really complete display. I think I'm not going to put this set in my Lego town. I'm going to put it in my amusement park section instead, next to the roller coaster. I think it's just a little bit too wide for the town, and I really want to use the train tracks that came with the set. I think the color theme definitely matches much better, and it really completes the look of this whole set. I've added the locomotive to my amusement park section now. The green base plates here are actually Kmart base plates. Needed quite a lot of them to cover surfaces, so the $3 Kmart one seems to be a lot more affordable. They are less compatible than I expected, to be honest. It was really difficult to try to slot the whole train track onto the base plate. In fact, I only slotted one base plate on, and the other half I had to give up, so it's really just placed on. It does the job though. I think I have the train sitting here for now. It doesn't look too bad. Just that this section is still a little bit empty. So we have a lot of work to do to complete our amusement park section. Don't forget to click the like button below and subscribe to my channel.